You can just look straight into the phone and talk to the phone, and you can go when you're ready.
Okay. Hey, what's up? I'm Leland. I'm originally from the west side of Oahu. I'm 43 years old right now, and I'm here to share my story. For me, growing up, it was rough. I was raised in foster home. From the time I was born to now, I still don't know who my real parents are. While growing up, I was in 65 different foster homes. I was abused mentally, physically, sexually. I It was a hard time for me growing up because of all that happened. It wasn't easy being a foster child. I was always teased. I'll be called a bastard child, a loser. You know what I mean? Some of my foster parents would always tell me that nobody would love me, or my parents didn't love me. That's why they gave up on me and all that stuff. And while growing up, you know what I mean? That stuck with me. You know what I mean? So I was always depressed because you know what I mean. I always thought that nobody loved me and all that stuff. So basically, for me, I started drinking at the age of about between 8 and 9 years old because my foster family they'll, you know what I mean, they'll gamble and stuff on the weekends. I would be the, what would you call it, a beer runner, you know what I mean, grab the beer for the uncles or whatever. And about 13, 14 years old, that's when I started smoking weed. And then about what, 14, 15, I started smoking ice and stuff like that. And for me, the reason why I did that was to numb myself from all the pain and hurt that was caused while growing up. At first, you know what I mean, I thought, you know what I mean, oh, that looks good, but then at the, well, it continued, with the abuse continued, then after that, I kind of just used the drugs, the alcohol, and all that stuff to cover my hurt, my pain. And you know what I mean, like I said, from the time I was born till I was 21, you know what I mean, I've been sexually assaulted. Where when I'm sleeping, they would, you know what I mean, force themselves on me, in me, you know what I mean, like just touch me, you know what I mean, in inappropriate places, and they'll always tell me, like I was always told, if I tell anybody, you know what I mean, they would hurt me, kill me, and stuff like that. So for me, I never told nobody. I kept that inside. I ran away a bunch of times. You know what I mean? I'd run away, go use, and stuff like that. And when I did that, while running away from home and using drugs and stuff like that, that made me feel normal. That was a normal thing for me growing up while growing up. I went to school. I never graduated. Like I walked the line, but I never got my diploma. And for me, growing up, I grew up with PTSD, anxiety, depression. I was on what you call Ritalin to the point because I had ADHD. I had a hard time trying to keep still. I had a hard time learning, reading, writing until at least what I think like high school. That's when I actually got to start learning how to read and write. And you know what I mean. It was for me. It was very difficult because like when I hear loud noises and stuff like that, I tend to freeze up because I'm thinking, you know what I mean, somebody's coming for me. And like even when people try to hug me from behind, I tense up because you know what I mean. In my mind, I'm thinking that I'm gonna get raped again. or you know what I mean, something's bad is gonna happen. So for me, basically, it's just you know what I mean. I use drugs and alcohol to cope with my feelings, with my emotions, with basically my daily daily life. On a daily basis, I would just drink, smoke, you know what I mean, just to calm myself down, to relax, and like I was raised up. So from basically at a young age, I already had a therapist, and you know what I mean. I would talk to my therapist, but I wouldn't tell him everything because of what they would, you know what I mean, what my foster family would tell me about, you know what I mean, about my abuse and stuff like that. So basically, while growing up in my foster family, whatever is did in the house or said or whatever or stay in the house, I couldn't tell anybody on the outside. And for me, growing up with all of that, you know what I mean, people always ask like if by getting sexually abused and stuff like that, is that the reason why I'm gay? For me, I would just tell them no, I'm gay for me being gay, but at the same time, that's part of it. That could be part of, you know what I mean. That's like part of it, and being gay, growing up at that time, it was difficult. I was always getting abused. I was always getting beat up, teased. And my ninth grade year, I remember for me being who I am, I got shot twice. And basically, in high school, to be honest, I tried to like kill myself a few times, but it didn't work. I tried just drinking alcohol, Jack Daniels, you know, whatever I could drink, whatever I could get my hands on, that's what I get my hands on. And then I tried overdose on pills and stuff like that, and it seemed like whatever I tried, it didn't work. And it was just, for me, it was just that would make me more angry because I always figured from what some of my foster family said about me, that nobody gonna love me, that I should just die, you know what I mean, stuff like that. It stuck with me. And I feel if I die, then you know what I mean, nobody gonna care anyway because I could be gone. But in reality, I guess God had a plan for me, and so for now, I'm in a treatment center, dealing with my emotions. You know what I mean, working with others, and now breaking down that wall of trust. You know what I mean? I go to church. Before I used to go to church growing up, but I really never thought there was a God because of all the stuff that happened to me. I was angry with God. I would blame God for basically everything, but in reality, now I love God. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm getting putting my trust back into God. And if it wasn't for God, to be honest, I probably wouldn't be here today in this treatment center. You know what I mean, talking to a therapist. I'm like fully open and honest with my therapist. And like even with the people that I trust, that I know that going to help me and not guide me down the wrong path, I'm open and honest with them. And like even for the gay part, you know what I mean, it's still kind of difficult because even though people are saying certain things, in my mind, I thinking that they're full of shit, to be honest. But I just I just take it day by day. In the morning, I get up, you know what I mean, I pray to God. You know what I mean? Like even during the day while I'm doing something, I'm praying to God because you know what I mean. With all the things that's going on in the world nowadays, we never know what's gonna happen. And so I just, like I said, on a daily basis, I'm just praying to God and asking God for, you know what I mean, for protection, for whatever it is. It's not the thing that I need. It's not the things that I want. It's the things that I need. And nowadays, I notice without God in my life, I know for a fact I'll be out back there on the streets, doing drugs, drinking, stealing. You know what I mean? Doing whatever to do to survive. And this time around, I finally figured it out. Well, not completely figured it out, but I'm working on a day by day basis of I need to be thankful and grateful for where I am, because if not, I could be out there on the streets, or, to be honest, I could be 6 feet under. And right now, I'm, like I said, I'm just thankful for God for this opportunity to share with you my part of my story. But it's just, hopefully it helps you guys, you know what I mean, to realize that there is people out there that do care, that try to help, and that do love you. So if nobody told you today, I would tell you I love you guys, and I just hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you.